Okay, so now we're going to have a look at how to divide polynomials because this is really going to help us with our curve sketching and being able to factorize the polynomials so that then we can identify what the roots of the polynomials are. And I've put a little process to the side that is going to help us with this. So what we're going to do is, an easy way to remember it is dad, mother, sister, brother, rover, okay? Members of the family. But what we're essentially going to do is D for divide, M for multiply, S for subtract, B for bring down, and then R for repeat the process and keep going until we get a remainder. And just a reminder about the parts of the polynomial. So our question we're going to focus on today is to divide this polynomial by x plus 2. Now, x plus 2 we refer to as the divisor, okay? So we're calling x plus 2 the divisor, and we usually denote that using a capital A of x. And the result that we get here is our quotient. This bit under the division sign is our dividend, but in this case it's our polynomial. Okay, so let's divide this polynomial by x plus 2, and the way we do that is we've got to follow these steps. So the first step is to divide, so x cubed divided by x. How many times does x go into x cubed? And that goes in x squared times. Then our next step is we're going to multiply. So I'm going to take this x squared, this quotient that we achieved, and multiply it by our divisor x plus 2. So x squared times x is x cubed, and x squared times 2 is 2x squared. Okay, so I've divided this by this term and put the result here. Then I've multiplied that by that and put the result in here. Divide, multiply, subtract. So our next step is we're going to subtract the first two terms here in our polynomial minus these two results that we just got here. So 3x squared minus 2x squared is going to give us x squared. X cubed minus x cubed gives us 0. Okay, so we've subtracted. Now we're going to bring down. We're just going to bring down the next term in our polynomial. And in this case, it's this minus 4x. Okay, so then we're going to repeat the process. Go back to dividing. X squared divided by x. What does that give us? X squared divided by x gives us x. So now we're going to multiply. X times x plus 2 will give us x squared plus 2x. So divided, multiply, next step, subtract. These two terms minus these two terms. So negative 4x minus 2x is negative 6x, and x squared minus x squared gives us 0. So now we've subtracted. Next step is bring down. And the next term that we need to bring down is this negative 12. Okay, again, repeat the process. Go back to the top and divide. Negative 6x divided by x. How many times does this x go into negative 6x? And it goes in negative 6 times. So now we've divided. Let's multiply next. Negative 6 times x plus 2, and what that will give us, negative 6x minus 12. So now we've multiplied, we subtract. Negative 6x minus 12 minus 6x minus 12. Well, we've got the same result, so the same result minus itself will give us a result of 0. So that means this is now fully factorized. Let's write it in this form where we've got the polynomial, which is x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 12, and that's equal to, remember, a of x is our divisor, so x plus 2 times our quotient, which in this case is x squared plus x minus 6, plus our remainder, which was 0. So we don't really need to put this 0 in at the end. Now, hopefully you can identify that this is a quadratic trinomial that can be further factorized. So now we've got x plus 2 times, let's think of two terms that multiply together to give us negative 6 and add together to give us positive 1. And they would be x plus 3 and x minus 2. Now can you see that we have fully factorized this polynomial using the process of long division? Now it's very easy to identify what the roots of this polynomial is. So that would help us down the track with our graphing.